Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Elizabeth with Ellie's Handcrafted Jewelry. Today I just got finished making a tutorial for you guys because I wanted to get this in before Christmas. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's making the Christmas tree earrings that I had promised. And here in the next couple weeks or so, I plan on working on that tiny dainty ring tutorial as well. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to see any more future videos. And please like this video and leave any comments if you have any questions. And I look forward to talking to all of you. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really simple, these really simple Celtic Christmas tree earrings. I'm going to show you how to make the tree. I'm also going to show you how to make your own paddle head pins. So really simple. And I'll show you the materials that we'll need. First, you're going to need 2 segments of 18 gauge wire that have been cut to 10 inches. You're also going to need 20 gauge wire that's been cut into 3-inch segments, 2.5 to 3 inches. As far as beads go, you're going to need 2mm, a 4mm, and a 6mm. Of course, this depends on what kind of dangle that you're wanting to put on the bottom of the tree. You don't have to do that. You can actually skip that step and do your own thing, but that's what I'm going to be doing in this tutorial. For tools, you're going to need chain nose pliers, round nose pliers, and flush cutters. Also, you may also wish to have a steel bench block and a chasing hammer, so that way we can flatten these pieces. So let's go ahead and begin. So first we're going to start with our round nose pliers, and we're going to create a little loop on the top of the 18 gauge wire. Like so. Now we're going to go ahead and create another loop. So we're going to put our pliers here next to the loop, and we're going to direct the wire over the top. So you can twist with the pliers as well, but I'm just doing it mostly leveraging with my other hand. Okay, so now we have one loop off to the side. These are going to be like the leaves of the tree. Now we're going to go on the opposite side with our pliers, and using it like a mandrel to pull the wire over, directing it this way. And you can adjust it however you need to. So now you should have 2 loops on either side of the top loop. At this point, we're going to go ahead and take our chasing hammer and a steel bench block, and we're going to go lightly hammer the sides of the loop. This is going to make it more rigid, but it's also going to flatten the wire and add a little bit of dimension. So now we're just going to turn it and do the same on the opposite side. And you should be using the weight of the hammer. You shouldn't be forcing the hammer down. You should be just dropping it on top of the wire. And you should be holding it here at the bald end. Alright, so now we kind of got our tree just starting to form here. Alright, so now we're going to put our round nose pliers next to it again, just underneath one of the loops, and we're going to direct it over the top in front. So the swirls are going to, or you're going to see layering in the front as we go down. You'll see what I mean as we go along. Like that. And it should be going through the center here. Now we're going to go on the opposite side and do the same thing. Just checking the proportions here of the loops. Sorry, move the camera. Alright, now we have 2 more loops here on the other side. And we're going to do the same thing that we did with the other ones. We're just going to set them on the bench block on the side like this, and gently drop the hammer onto the loop to flatten it. Then we're going to flip it and do the same on the other side. And there you go. And I'm going to go ahead and do this 2 more times, and then I'll meet you back here and I'll show you what to do next. Hi and welcome back. So now I've gone ahead and I've created loops all the way down. There should be 4 loops on either side, and then the top loop. And you can do more or less depending. If you do more, you'll need more wire, but if you do less, you'll need less wire. So it's just kind of up to you and what you think looks right. I kind of like the 4 with the 5th one on top. It just seems to look nice for me. From here, we're going to go ahead and take this excess here and we're going to create a swirl into the tree. So taking our round nose pliers now, creating a little loop here. It looks like I might actually need to trim my wire a little bit. And that's okay. If you need to trim wire or adjust, that is totally okay. Not sure why it's kinking there though. All right, so it's imperfect at the moment, but I'm just gonna let it be. Excuse me. So here we have our tree, and we have the little swirl at the bottom. From here, we're gonna go ahead and hammer the swirl using our hammer and our steel bench block. And if you wanna spread the wire, you drop it and you drag. So we're gonna go ahead and drop and drag the hammer to really spread out that swirl a little bit. And if it's easier, you can actually bend the swirl up like this. That way you can actually get more of the swirl. All right, from here we can go ahead and bend down the swirl again. And there's our tree. At this point you can also lightly hammer the tree itself just to flatten it a little bit more. Just very lightly. You can also do that with a rubber mallet too. All right, and here's our little tree. Isn't it cute? Just a cute little tree, if I can get the camera to focus. All right, from here, we're gonna go ahead and make the dangle portion for the tree. So we're gonna take our 20 gauge, and just a note, at this point you can actually use a head pin instead if you have those, and just put your beads on and hang it from the swirl at the end. But if you don't and you want to make your own, I'll show you how. So you'll take your 20 gauge wire and you're going to lay it there on the bench block, and we're going to do a drop and drag to create a paddle. And we're going to do it as much as we can just at the end. All right. And there is our little paddle. Okay, and from here, if you have them, I have needle files, but you can actually use emery boards, like for your nails. And we're just going to go ahead and file the end of that paddle down, because then that way it's nice and smooth and not so jaggedy. Like I said, you can use emery board, you can use nail file, whatever you have at your disposal. It's really nice having some needle files on hand for this I hope I'm doing a good job. I'm having a hard time seeing in my little corner here. Alright, so there's the little paddle. From here I'm going to go ahead and move this over to the side. We don't need it anymore. And we're going to go ahead and string on our beads. So let's see if I can actually string them on. I got these tiny little beads here. So this is a 2mm. I'm going to put it at the bottom. If I can pick it up and find it. And then a 4mm. And a 6mm. And like I said, you can use your own beads, your own variation. You can hang whatever you want on that little tree. It is yours to make and create. Alright, from here I'm going to go ahead and push the beads down on as far as I can down the paddle. And then I'm going to hold it at the top with my pliers and just bend the wire off to the side like so. And then I'm going to take it up. And then I'm going to take it around the round nose plier and create a loop at the top. And at this point you can use your round nose pliers to continue, or you can grab your flush cutters and hold the loop while you wrap the wire around the top. Probably 2 or 3 times, just so you fill in that gap at the top. We're going to go ahead and take our flush cutters and then tuck in the excess with our chain nose pliers. And there's our little dangle. And from here, we can go ahead and just string it on. And then I like to just kind of close the swirl a little bit, so that way it doesn't come off. All right, and there you have it. There's your Christmas tree earrings. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Be sure to hit the notification bell for when I post new tutorials. I'm trying my very best to create a schedule. Oh my goodness, guys. This is hard sometimes, but I really enjoy seeing your comments. I enjoy interacting with you guys, and I just so appreciate you supporting this channel. And I hope that you guys have a Merry Christmas, and I hope that you enjoy your new earrings. See you later.